Hello, this is Jennifer with Women Loving Jesus, and today we are on Proverbs 13:12. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but when the desire comes, it is a tree of life. And you may have heard this proverb before quoted, and what it basically means is that when there has been a delay of receiving something that you eagerly await, that there may be an affliction, a longing for it, a desire for it, right? But when it actually comes, then it's like a tree of life. There's a satisfaction, there's a sweetness to it. There's an amazing satisfaction to what has happened. Because of there's this delay that has happened, you had to wait to receive something that you really wanted, that you really desired. So you don't have to worry about, is there going to be a sweetness? You don't have to worry about that because of the wait in itself and the desire that was there. It's going to come together and give life. This year, I started growing a tomato on January 1st. A lot of people had other New Year's resolution, and I took a little seed. And January 1st, I was like, I'm growing a tomato, and I marked it. And I watched this tomato grow inside. And then I was like, I'm going to throw it outside early before, your final frost date. Because I was like, I just want this tomato. And I was just kind of playing around. So it started to grow a little bit because it was cold. So it seemed to take a little bit extra longer for this tomato to grow and get a tomato. It took about 6 months. So to get a ripe tomato. And I've been watching since January 1st through all the stages, through it growing big, to the little flowers, and then the little tomato grows, and then I'm waiting for it to turn red, which seemed to take forever. And I eat this tomato, and I think it was like the best tomato I ever had. Now, saying that, I think it was a really good tomato. It wasn't like it was a bad tomato. I had not had this tomato before, but part of that was, I had watched it for so long. Was looking at it every day, waiting for this first tomato of the season, and couldn't wait. And I thought it was amazing. Then I had somebody come over, and I had them try one of the second or third, and they didn't think it was that good. And then I was thinking, part of the reason it was so good is because I was so excited on January 1st to start this tomato seed. And knowing and waiting and this, I can't wait to have that first tomato of the season. And then it seemed to be delayed a little bit because it was stunted a little bit because some of the cold and so it seemed like, okay, I'm waiting even longer. And because I thought I was going to get it a little bit earlier, and it didn't happen a little bit earlier, I had to wait a little bit. But that wasn't disappointing. That didn't create this, oh no, this is horrible. Instead, it brought about this satisfaction, this sweetness when it did appear and when I was able to have that tomato. So I pray that the Spirit of the Lord with this verse today has encouraged you, and I thank you for listening.